Hey Run Junkies, summer is officially in full swing. My son had his first day camp this week. We are outside grilling almost every single night, and we're just hoping that it stays cool enough in the house to get a really good night's sleep. I'm about 1 week out from the Slacker Half Marathon, and I'm finding the build up to this one isn't as intense as it was for Ogden. Ogden was kind of a redemption race for me. Slacker was really just something that I threw into the calendar because I'd wanted to try it. As a result, I'm tired but not burned out, which is a good thing, but I'm also guilty of ignoring discomfort to the point where if I keep ignoring it and don't deal with it, I might suffer injury. Both of my Achilles tendons are barking at me and they're constantly sore. I know exactly what caused this. This is a lack of foam rolling. I'm not foam rolling nearly as much as I should be. I'm also not strengthening my calves. And as I mentioned in last week's strength training video, I don't do a lot of that. I'm strengthening a lot of other things, but my calves are neglected, and that is what is causing this Achilles discomfort. Most of my runs this week were supposed to be relatively easy. I had one speed day in there, but I had an easy run on Friday of 3 miles, and honestly, it felt like a 10-mile tempo run. It felt hard from start to finish, and it wasn't supposed to. As a result, just a week out from Slacker, I thought, okay, I'm going to take my weekend long run off. I'm just not going to do it. I substituted an hour-long walk, so I still got some time on my feet, but I think it was a good call with this Achilles discomfort that I just needed to take some rest on that. And luckily, after Slacker, this is the last race I have on the calendar until mid-September, so I can take some time off and mitigate the issue before it becomes a real problem. And I think that's something we forget we can do. Yes, aches and pains are part of running. It's just a part of the normal. Add into that the age factor for some of us, and we have to remind ourselves to check in and let us listen to what our bodies are telling us. Moving on from that though, as I mentioned last week, as you guys saw in last week's weekend update, I've been keeping up a lot with my strength training, and that has been huge for me. But we also had a couple of fun opportunities this past week at our local indoor climbing gym. Our neighbors have 2 boys that are about my son's age, and we all went in for a 2-hour climbing clinic last weekend. As a result of that, my son and I have a 2-week free membership at this local climbing gym. We've been thinking about joining this gym anyway, so we get 2 weeks for free, so I'm gonna take advantage. On top of that, my son's day camp was at that climbing gym this week, so I would go in an hour before I picked him up to take advantage of using their weight room. And I was able to do most of that strength training routine, actually plus a little bit, and I added a little bit of climbing into that as well. This was really good because I was able to push myself a little harder with a wider variety of equipment, and I was even able to try those hanging leg raises. The hard part for me was just owning where I was and being comfortable with my own strength. Because trying to do these leg raises, I think the hardest part was me jumping up and grabbing the bar and holding onto it for the entire set. Now, when working out in a public space, we may find that there's a little bit of a competitive spirit there, and I think that's important. I think it helps us push ourselves a little bit, but it can also go too far and we can overdo it and we could get injured. So when working out in a public space like that, just be careful of what you are pushing yourself to do. And it was fun this week too, because I bought myself a pair of climbing shoes, and in a past life, like college, okay, I climbed fairly frequently and I really enjoyed it. Another trip we took this weekend was up to Rocky Mountain National Park, where my son and I went for a good long hike. We hiked for about 4 miles. We got to kick around up there. It was absolutely beautiful. We got out of the city, and I haven't been up there in quite a while, so it was nice to get out and just explore a little bit. As the summer goes on, I hope that we can do more of that, and I consider that kind of a cross training. Coming up on Tuesday, I'll have the 5K crate unboxing for summer coming to you, and next weekend is the Slacker Half Marathon. I will try to get you a weekend update. I'm a little nervous about this one, you guys. I made the mistake of checking out some YouTube course videos, and it looks like it's a narrow, unimproved trail, or at least slightly improved dirt trail. It's been very dry, and I have I have a little bit of apprehension around this race. We will see how it goes though, and I hope to have an update for you next weekend. My question for you today is this: how do you mix up your summer fitness? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions in the comment section down below, and as always, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, go find your awesome and happy running.